The Archangel Michael brings a powerful and divine message for you. The impossible is about to happen in your life. He affirms that the entire universe is moving in your favor. Imagine what seemed unattainable finally coming to fruition, a miracle so great that it will transform everything. But be warned, this promise is not for someday. It is for now. Michael declares that the time of waiting is over. Believe, because this message did not reach you by chance. You know what it's like to spend sleepless nights with a heavy heart and tears flowing, asking, "When will my life change?" The Archangel Michael sees your struggles and wants you to know your prayers have reached the heavens. Those moments when you thought about giving up were witnessed, and today he brings a message of hope. In the Bible, we learn that for God, nothing is impossible. Luke 1 verse 37. This promise is not just an ancient text. It is alive and meant for you. The universe is in motion as a response to your cry. You are not alone. Every tear has been recorded, and now the impossible will become possible. Michael wants you to believe. Everything you have dreamed of is on its way. The Archangel Michael, known as the great defender and messenger of God, brings a divine revelation. The impossible in your life will not only be accomplished, but it will be the starting point for something much greater. This message is not just about the materialization of a desire. It is about restoring your faith and bringing peace to your spirit. You may be wondering, why now? Why me? The answer lies in Michael's eternal role as protector. He is the celestial warrior who fights against the forces that try to block your blessings. His presence in your life means that there is a grand purpose reserved for you, and the time of waiting is over. Remember Romans 8 verse 28. We know that all things work together for the good of those who love God. When the universe conspires in your favor, it is not a coincidence. It is the divine hand moving heaven and earth to align you with the purpose he prepared from the beginning of time. Michael does not come just to speak of material blessings. He brings the promise of spiritual restoration. He declares that just as Job regained everything he had lost, you too will be rewarded. But your reward will not be just for you. It will be a living testimony for everyone around you. Imagine what it would be like if the blessing you are waiting for, whether it's a healing, an opportunity, or even something you consider impossible, was the beginning of a new phase. God chose this moment to act because his timing is perfect. The Bible is full of stories of impossibilities realized. The people of Israel crossed the Red Sea when there was no way out. Sarah had a child when no one believed it would be possible. Today, Michael comes to you to say that your name is on the list of those who will see miracles. But be warned, this message requires more than just listening. It requires you to believe and take possession of it. The universe is conspiring because God has determined it to be so. Michael is opening spiritual pathways that were previously closed, but it is up to you to walk through them with faith. Today, you are called to be part of something greater. Not just to receive, but to understand that this blessing is an extension of God's love and provision. Just as Michael protected Daniel in the lion's den, he is here to ensure that no negative force prevents what is rightfully yours. The impossible will be real. Michael declares that just as you trusted even amid pain, now you will reap the fruits of your perseverance. The message of the Archangel Michael goes far beyond a material blessing. He wants you to understand the profound meaning of the gift you are about to receive. When the impossible becomes possible, it is not just an external change. It is a manifestation of the divine love and grace that God has for you. Imagine that what you are about to receive, be it a house, a healing, or any other miracle, is more than just a simple gift. It is a symbol. The house that the universe is conspiring to give you, for example, is not just a physical place. It is a refuge, a place where you will feel God's presence more vividly. It is a sign that he has heard your prayers and is meeting not only your needs, but also the deepest desires of your heart. In the Bible, God used physical gifts to demonstrate his spiritual promises. When Abraham received the promised land, it was not just about the territory. It was about inheritance, protection, and the fulfillment of a promise. Similarly, the gift you are about to receive carries the same meaning. Archangel Michael is here to remind you that this blessing is not just to solve your problems. It is a living proof of God's favor over your life. Perhaps you have faced situations where it seemed that nothing was going right, but now it is time for everything to change. The gift will mark the beginning of a new season, where peace and joy will be constant in your life. The house, if that is the case, represents more than walls and a roof. It symbolizes security, stability, and a new phase where you will not just survive but thrive. Just as God told Moses that he would be a refuge for the people of Israel, this blessing will be your refuge. Furthermore, this gift is a direct response to your faith. Remember the words in Hebrews 11 verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You have kept your faith even when everything seemed lost, and now you are being rewarded. Archangel Michael wants you to see the gift as a constant reminder of God's love. Every time you look at it, be it a house, an achievement, or a miracle, you will remember that God is faithful to his word. This gift also serves the purpose of inspiring others. Your story will be proof that God acts on behalf of those who seek him with all their heart. Just as Jesus multiplied the loaves to feed the multitude, he is multiplying grace over your life so that others may see his glory. Finally, Michael reinforces that this is just the beginning. This gift is the start of a journey where you will experience more miracles, more blessings, and an even stronger connection to the divine. Prepare to receive, but above all, to understand how loved and cared for you are by God. Archangel Michael brings the assurance that the universe is in motion to accomplish the impossible in your life, but there are important steps you must take to claim this blessing. He emphasizes that the fulfillment of this promise depends on your faith and actions. Believe in the promise. Everything starts with faith. Hebrews 11 verse 6 teaches us that, without faith, it is impossible to please God. No matter how unlikely it seems, you need to believe that this message reached you for a reason. Michael declares that this promise is already in motion, but it is up to you to receive it with a heart full of certainty. Pray and thank in advance. Prayer is the key to opening the doors to the impossible. Start today to pray and thank for what you do not yet see. Say with faith, Lord, thank you because the impossible is already happening in my life. This attitude demonstrates trust in the divine plan and aligns your energy with the manifestation of the blessing. Repent and adjust your life. Michael also advises you to examine your heart. Is there something that needs to be adjusted? Perhaps you need to let go of forgiveness, abandon bad habits, or return to practicing kindness. Psalms 51 verse 17 says that the sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart, O God, you will not despise. Align your life with God's will to ensure that no spiritual barrier hinders your blessing. Act with faith. Faith without works is dead, James 2 verse 26. Show that you believe by acting. If the present is a house, start dreaming about the details. Mentally choose the furniture, imagine the color of the walls. If it's a healing, visualize yourself healthy. Take small actions that demonstrate you believe the miracle is on its way. Declare the promise daily. The power of words is essential. Declare aloud, the impossible is becoming possible in my life because God is in control. These words create a manifestation energy and attract the fulfillment of the blessing. Be resilient in the established timeline. Miguel emphasizes the importance of you staying firm within the timeline he gave. Don't give up, even if challenges try to weaken your faith. Believe that God never fails and that his timing is perfect. Participate in the blessing of other people. Finally, be attentive to help others. Sometimes, being a blessing in someone's life unlocks miracles in your own life. Give joyfully, be generous, and watch how the universe responds by multiplying blessings. Remember that Miguel is by your side, fighting spiritually for everything to materialize. He asks you to trust, to act, and to stand firm, because the impossible will be accomplished. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize what Archangel Miguel is revealing to you, the impossible that now becomes possible. See yourself in front of the fulfillment of the promise, and allow every detail to take shape in your mind. Imagine yourself receiving the key to a new house. Feel the weight of the key in your hands. It is not just an object. It is proof that you have triumphed. Open the door and observe the rooms filled with light. This place is not just a building. It emanates peace, love, and divine protection. Every wall of this house carries the presence of God. Now see yourself walking through this space. There are laughs, voices of joy, and a sense of security you haven't felt in a long time. Remember, this house is not just a physical place, but a symbol of a new season. It represents stability, provision, and the fulfilled promise of God in your life. If the promise is healing, visualize yourself strong, healthy, and full of energy. Feel your body rejuvenated, free from pain and limitations. Imagine yourself doing things that once seemed impossible, running, dancing, or even hugging your loved ones with the joy of someone who has been restored. Perhaps the blessing is an opportunity that will change your life. See yourself entering a new environment, where doors open and people greet you with respect and admiration. Notice how confident you are and how everything flows naturally, as if the entire universe conspired to place you there. As you visualize these moments, hear the voice of Archangel Miguel saying, "This is your time. What was once impossible is now a reality." Take possession of your victory. Feel the joy in your heart. Feel the peace of knowing that everything you prayed for has finally arrived. It doesn't matter how difficult it was to get here. Each tear has been transformed into joy. The Bible gives us powerful examples of people who experienced this transformation. Think of Hannah, who prayed for years for a child, and finally held Samuel in her arms. Or Peter, who fished all night without success until Jesus said, "Cast the net again," and the catch was so abundant that he could hardly believe it. Now it's your turn. The universe is moving to bring something beyond your imagination. This outcome will not only be a blessing for you, but a living testimony. Friends, family, and even strangers will see what God has done in your life and will be inspired to seek the same. Your story will be a source of hope for many. Miguel wants you to know that this place, this moment, this victory is already prepared for you. God not only performs miracles, He carefully prepares them, like a special gift that aligns perfectly with your purpose. Allow yourself to feel this reality, as if it already belongs to you. Because it does. The impossible is no longer a barrier. It is proof that you are loved by a God who makes all things work together for your good. When the impossible becomes a reality in your life, Archangel Michael has a special request for you. Do not keep this blessing just for yourself. Your story will be a powerful testimony of faith, inspiring others to believe that God can also perform miracles in their lives. Remember that throughout the Bible, testimonies have always played a transformative role. Think of the Samaritan woman who met Jesus at the well. After hearing his words and feeling his presence, she ran back to her city saying, "Come see a man who told me everything I ever did." Because of her testimony, many believed and had their lives transformed. Michael emphasizes that your story of overcoming can also be a channel for others to experience the same divine power. By sharing how God has acted in your life, you not only glorify His name, but you also strengthen your own faith and encourage others to take the necessary steps to receive their blessings. Imagine how it would be if someone who is facing difficulties or doubts heard your testimony. Perhaps your words are exactly what that person needs to not give up. Your victory will be a beacon of hope, illuminating the paths of those who are still in darkness. Sharing your experience doesn't have to be something grand. It can be through a conversation, a social media post, or even participating in groups where you can tell your story. The important thing is to convey how the impossible became possible and how your life was transformed by God's grace. Additionally, Michael wants you to understand that witnessing is not just for others, it is also for you. Every time you recall what God has done, your faith is strengthened, and you draw even closer to Him. It is like a cycle. The more you share, the more you experience divine presence in your life. And remember, the act of sharing is also an act of gratitude. By telling the world what God has done, you are acknowledging His goodness and giving back, in some way, the love you have received. Philippians 4 verses 6-7 reminds us to give thanks in all circumstances, and witnessing is a practical way to do that. Be bold in your faith. Do not worry if your story seems small in your eyes. To God, it is gigantic. Even the smallest miracles have an eternal impact. Just as each piece of a mosaic forms a larger image, your testimony is part of God's great plan to inspire and transform lives. Finally, Michael asks that you be a source of encouragement for others. By sharing your journey, remind them that the same God who made the impossible in your life is ready to act in theirs. Tell them, if God did it for me, He will do it for you too. Archangel Michael concludes this message with a powerful affirmation. The impossible is already moving toward your life. This is the turning point, where miracles will manifest in ways you never imagined. This is your time. Do not let doubts or fears keep you away from what is prepared for you. Take hold of the promise, act in faith, and follow the steps that Michael has revealed to you. The universe is conspiring to transform your life, and every second counts. Remember, you are not alone. Heaven is by your side, and God has already written victory in your destiny. Your faith and action are the keys to opening the doors to this new chapter. Rise up today with courage and say, "My miracle is on the way." This is the moment to act and witness God's glory in your life.